It doesn't take much to recognize that we're living in a very busy world today. And there are many, many things happening in terms of changes, in terms of personal identity, in terms of the way races are still finding their way into a new future together. Religions, we find religions still at war with the violent. We know of the ongoing destruction in Gaza, and yet both sides, my neighbor down the street is Jewish and her husband is Palestinian Muslim. And we realize that, peace is really what we want most than anything. And it's for the sake of the children's future as well. So what does the center have to do with this? What appears on the surface in terms to the physical eye does not really betray the fullness of reality, that there's something else going on beneath these layers of what appears to be destruction and what appears to be violence. It is indeed violent and destructive, but there's something more that's holding the whole together. And there's something more that keeps us getting us up in the morning and keeps us longing for love and for peace and for justice. And what the center is about, Teilhard's vision, is tapping into those values of the more. What is that moreness that draws us on to more life? We need religion as a pole, like an anchor. We need something to guide us. We need something like a spiritual GPS system. And the center is seeking to kind of highlight or shape that GPS system. What will bring us most fruitfully into a future flourishing of life? That's not a pie in the sky idea. That's both the promise of God from Scripture, and it's what our hearts deeply long for, that there's a flourishing of life together. And so, our work at the center is trying to understand how we can go forth. Who is this God we're in relationship with? Do our lives affect God? How does God affect our lives? Where are we going with God? Are we going into God? Is God becoming something more in us? These are the questions that we engage theologically. We're also interested in the questions of becoming. What are we becoming as personally and collectively? That's our big question today with technology. So the center is really looking at, how can we fruitfully bring together religion and technology for the next level of human evolution. Your support actually helps us in our work. And what do? Well, we not only write blogs, we provide educational resources such as conferences and webinars, and our intention is to deepen and expand those conferences and webinars. The more support we have, the more we can bring new voices in, new speakers. We are beginning to think of an educational platform. Could we eventually, provide some type of educational program in Teilhard's studies? I think we need to keep deepening our understanding of Teilhard's vision and process theology for the world we live in today. So, as you believe in us and trust in us, we believe that we can partner with you in building a future together. So we are grateful for your support. And let me just say that wholeheartedly from the team. We are deeply grateful for the support you have given us, and we are ever grateful if you can open your hearts and minds. I know the difficulties of today and the limited means some of you have. So there's no amount that's too small. Whatever you give will be great. Thanks.